Shalom, shalom, shalom. Recently, I was in a Bible study with a group of friends, and the question popped up, how do we know for sure that all the events of the Bible concerning end-time events won't just reset and we go through everything again? Is prophecy that cyclical? In this great controversy that we have of light against darkness, will we have it all just repeating once more? Well, I thought it was a great question, and I think that there are answers that we can find within the Bible. When we look at the Mayan culture, the Aztecs and the Hopi Indians, they had quite detailed calendars about how the whole world would be put through a reset 4 to 5 times. And in fact, those prophecies conclude of us living in the 5th repeat or 5th era or the 5th world. Well, I think we can find more accurate, sure words of prophecy in the Bible. So let's take a look and see what Scripture has to say about end-time events. I decided to call this, Sin Will Not Have Dominion Over You a Second Time. Isaiah 66, verse 22 to 23. For just as the new heavens and the new earth that I am making will continue in my presence, says Yahuwah, so will your descendants and your name continue. Every month on Rosh Hodesh and every week on Shabbat, everyone living will come to worship in my presence, says Yahuwah. But when the Messiah appeared as Kohen Gadol of the good things that are happening already, then through the greater and more perfect tent, which is not man-made, that is, it is not of this created world, he entered the holiest place once and for all. Hebrews chapter 9, verse 11 to 12. The adversary who had deceived them was hurled into the lake of fire and sulfur, where the beast and the false prophet were, and they will be tormented day and night forever and ever. Revelations 20, verse 10. Then death and Sheol were hurled into the lake of fire, that is, the second death, the lake of fire. Anyone whose name was not found written in the book of life was hurled into the lake of fire. Revelations 20, verse 14 to 15. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the old heaven and the old earth had passed away, and the sea was no longer there. Also I saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from Elohim, prepared like a bride, beautifully dressed for her husband. Revelations 21, verses 1 through 2. Then the one sitting on the throne said, Look, I am making everything new. Also he said, Write, these words are true and trustworthy. And he said to me, It is done. I am the A and the Z, which is the Aleph and the Tav, the beginning and the end. To anyone who is thirsty, I myself will give water free of charge from the fountain of life. Revelations 21, 5 through 6. The city has no need for the sun, nor the moon, to shine on it, because Elohim Shekinah gives it light, and its lamp is the Lamb. The nations will walk by its light, and the kings of the earth will bring their splendor into it. Its gates will never close. They stay open all day, because night will not exist there, and the honor and splendor of the nations will be brought into it. Nothing impure may enter it, nor anyone who does shameful things or lies. The only ones who may enter are those whose names are written in the Lamb's book of life. Revelations 21, 23 to 27. No longer will there be any curses. The throne of Elohim and of the Lamb will be in the city, and his servants will worship him. They will see his face, and his name will be on their foreheads. Night will no longer exist, so they will need neither the light of a lamp nor the light of the sun, because Yahuwah Elohim will shine on them, and they will reign as kings forever and ever. Revelations 22, 3-5. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There will no longer be any death. There will no longer be any mourning, crying, or pain, because the old order has passed away. Revelation 21, verse 4. The word of Yahuwah came to me. Human being, raise a lament for the king of Zor, and tell him that Yahuwah Elohim says, You put the seal on perfection. You were full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. You were in Eden, the garden of Elohim, covered with all kinds of precious stones, carnelians, topaz, diamonds, beryl, onyx, jasper, sapphires, green feldspar, emeralds. Your pendants and jewels were made of gold, prepared the day you were created. You were a cherub, protecting a large region. I placed you on Elohim's holy mountain. You walked back and forth among stones of fire. You were perfect in your ways from the day you were created, until unrighteousness was found in you. When your commerce grew, you became filled with violence, and in this way you sinned. Therefore, I have thrown you out, defiled from the mountain of Elohim. I have destroyed you, protecting cherub, from among the stones of fire. Your heart grew proud because of your beauty. You corrupted your wisdom for the sake of your splendor. But I have thrown you on the ground before kings. I have made you a spectacle by your many crimes in dishonest trading. You have profaned your sanctuaries. Therefore, I brought forth fire from within you, and it has devoured you. I reduced you into ashes on the ground, in the sight of all who can see you. All who know you among the peoples will be aghast at you. You are an object of terror, and you will cease to exist. Ezekiel 28, 11-19. What are you planning against Yahuwah? He is making an end of it. Trouble will not arise a second time. Nahum 1:9. Then he said to me, These words are true and trustworthy. Yahuwah Elohim of the spirits of the prophets sent his angel to show his servants the things that must happen soon. Revelation 22, verse 6. Well, I trust that you found that edifying and helpful. And if you would like me to answer any questions, why not just forward them through to the Ahavah Fellowship YouTube channel comment section. I'd be happy to respond to your questions. Until next time, Shalom.